Developing tonight, 13 people were hurt when a deck collapsed at a home along A1A in Ponte Vedra Beach today. 8 people were taken to the hospital, but all are expected to recover from their injuries. Tonight, our Zach Wilcox has a look at the scene left behind.
Caution tape wraps around the front of this house along A1A after the deck collapsed, injuring 13 people. And all this tape and the sound of sirens and the flashing lights certainly caught the attention of neighbors.
That house is rented quite a bit. There's always different people on the beach that we see.
Frank Recco is used to walking down to the beach and seeing plenty of people visiting the house just a few doors down. But Sunday brought something he and his son are not used to seeing.
2 fire trucks and a bunch of ambulances, and we weren't sure what happened. So to hear that the deck collapse is pretty insane.
Pretty scary.
So, yeah. Saw a bunch of stretchers going up to the house, coming out with people.
St. Johns County Fire Rescue reports 13 people were injured, 5 treated on scene and 8 taken to the hospital, including 2 who went to a trauma center. The cause of the collapse is still under investigation, but a spokesperson for the department sees it as an opportunity to remind people to regularly get decks inspected.
Making sure all the connections are good and they're not rusted through and there's not a lot of rotted wood or areas of concern. This house is on the ocean, so deteriorating decks over time, it gets a little bit more weathered from the ocean side.
As the fire trucks cleared out, several neighbors took a walk down the beach to get a look at the damage firsthand.
Stayed at a bunch of rentals along this stretch and, had various different experiences with the decks. Never imagined that you'd see a deck collapse like that along here.
Seeing the caution tape left behind has Recco grateful he doesn't have his own deck to deal with.
Some of these older houses have those old wood decks and they're a hazard. They should be looked at.
I noticed out in front of the house there was this sign indicating that it's a short-term rental. I tried to call the number on it just to determine if the people inside were just visiting or if they lived there, if the property owner was on site, and they didn't have an immediate answer for me. However, they told me they were going to check in with their executives and then give us a response. In Ponte Vedra Beach, Zach Wilcox, First Coast News, on your side.